Hi, I'm Barbara. Welcome to this week's episode of Craft Corner Kits to Go. I thought we'd do some fish this week, and I found a really neat project that we can do where you use a texture board and some foil, and you can make a fish that has texture. I made a smaller one here, which is I think the size that you're going to do. This is one I experimented with. So in order to do this project, you need a texture board. Now you can make your own, but in your kit you will have the easier way to make it. If you make it yourself, you need a piece of cardboard and you need some glue and a mesh bag, like the kind you get potatoes or oranges. I think oranges came in this one, grapefruit ones. In your kit, I'm going to give you a sticky board that's already got the glue on it and a piece of a mesh bag, and we can make it that way. But if you wanted to make bigger ones, you can get yourself some cardboard and a mesh bag and some glue, and you can make it yourself. So to start out with, you're going to need, in your kit, you're going to have a piece of cardboard that has a peel and stick top on it, and this is real sticky under here. So you peel that off and you lay it down flat, and you take the piece of mesh that I've got here. I'm trying to see if this one's a little bit bigger, and lay it on the sticky side so that you're covering your board with this sticky mesh. So now I have sticky mesh there, and I'm going to set that aside. Then you need some foil. Just a small piece, just a little bit larger than your cardboard. So I'm taking this piece out and I'm keeping it flat. I don't want to get it all wrinkly. And I'm just going to cut it so it's not quite so big. But it is a little bit bigger than your sticky board because you're going to wrap it in this after you've drawn on it. So now I have a nice flat piece of foil, and you have a template with some sea creatures on it. You want to cut these out. I have already cut them, and I'm going to lay a couple of my sea creatures on this board, but it's got to be in the size. I suppose maybe it might be smart to take a marker and trace around your cardboard so that you know what size you're dealing with. Okay, so I've got a square right here on my foil. So I want to arrange my fish. So I'm going to put 2 fish and a turtle. Now if you use a larger fish, you probably will only want to use maybe 1 fish, maybe 2 fish. You can do whatever you want. I don't know, I kind of like that. We're going to do 1 fish and 1 angelfish, a big fish and an angelfish on this one. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to do on this particular picture. Now, I'm going to take a color that I can really see on the silver foil, like a dark blue, and I'm tracing around my fish shape. And you want to do that around each shape. So you just have the outline of the fish. Now, I know where that fish is. See the outline? So then I want to color the ocean all the way around the fish. So you're just going to start in with your blues and maybe some greens and just color all of the area except where the fish are. And when your colors mix, it makes it even prettier because you have all these different colors of blue and green, and they all kind of blend together. But your whole idea is to make the ocean around the fish colored, but leave the fish silver. Now I'm even gonna make a couple of little bubbles and color around them too, so that there are bubbles coming up from my fish. Okay, and I think one more set of blue on this, or maybe, how about green? I'll do green. And then we'll be ready for the next step. And I'll show you here. So I've got all of the colors around the fish, but I still have the fish shapes. I don't know if you can see it there. I'm trying to put it so that you can see it. Okay, so now we're ready to put this foil on the texture board. So I lay the texture board underneath it, and I'm going to make sure my edges come to where my color was, and then I'm going to wrap the foil around it. So you're kind of wrapping your foil around the edges like this, and then I've got some tape, and I'm just going to tape it down to make sure that it stays where I want it. All right, so I have a picture like this now. Now I'm going to take my fingers and push down on the fish, and all of that texture comes up through the foil. And I'm going to take other colors, and I'm going to look at my fish how they were on my picture. So I'm going to draw the stripes on the angelfish. And I'm going to draw the gills and the fins and use different colors so that they really show up well. I like to pick bright colors for this so that they show, because on the silver they're not going to show quite as bright as they would if they were on just a regular piece of paper. Now on this big fish, I'm going to show his gills and his fins. And he's got fins back there and on his tail. And then I'm going to take another color and just run it across here so that those scales show up really well from the texture board. Oh, this looks nice. I'm going to be really happy with this. So I've gone over every part of the fish with my markers, and now my project looks like this. Now I still need eyes, so what I'm going to do is, you will have some Google eyes in your kit, and you're going to have some little tiny glue dots, which I forgot to bring. You will put your glue dots on these eyes, which, like I said, I forgot to bring, but they will be glued on like that. So you will see, if I can get it, your fish with texture, with eyes, and you will have a finished project there that you can maybe put a magnet on or just prop up somewhere, and you have a fish picture. So I hope you've enjoyed doing this today, and that's it for this week's Craft Corner Kits to Go, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.